sports, but I'll make it work.
Yeah, just tryouts. That's another reason we're here, so we can talk about tryouts to promote the tryouts.
Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Manny, and I'm coming to you live from the Manny J Media headquarters here in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'm with two of my great friends here. First of all, my boy, long time stint. You actually are the one who got me into all this. I mean, I would never have been in front of the camera if it weren't for the one and only Papee Paye of what?
Worcester Majors.
Well, Worcester Majors, but formerly of 508 Live. That was a great show. We did that. We really did that. And Sam Pike, CEO of the Worcester Majors, and not only of the Worcester Majors, but a very familiar and friendly face down at Polar Park, which is where you and I had met. And I'm so grateful that I did meet you because we've been great friends ever since. So I'm so glad to have you in my studio. We haven't done an interview here yet. I've only ever done an interview from your office. Your office.
Yep.
I saw you almost slipped there. Your office.
My office.
Your office. And it was cool. It was great, but it's not the quality that we have here at the studio. So I'm so happy to finally give you the Manny J Media treatment. And enough about all that. The Worcester Majors, man. We've been talking about them for a couple years, which is a good thing. It means that you're putting your everything into it. You're not 100%. Just trying to throw the team out there all sloppily. Yep. But there is big hopes that you're back, and this might be the year.
This year.
So talk to me. What's going on?
So everybody knows we've been trying to rebuild a team for a little bit now. And I currently lost my brother in what's it called?
And I'm so sorry for your loss. Bro.
Yeah,
it was a huge loss in the community.
And it really messed up my mental, and I didn't really know how much it affected me until my everyday life wasn't the same, because he's like my everyday brother. You know, I called him every day. We talked every day, and then
he was around us every day too. You brought him to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that was hard. And I can only imagine how hard it was for you, because it was hard for me, someone who just knew him in the community, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So I took a little step back from everything, not just the Worcester Majors. It was hard for me to get up to go to work. It was hard for me to do anything, honestly. Yeah. And I try to
Can we talk about that for a second, if you don't mind?
We can.
Because the Papee I know and the Papee that I've always known has been basically what you're seeing here today.
Yeah.
Alive,
Yeah.
Rambunctious, is that the right word?
Yeah, that's a good word to use.
Just so full of life and energy, and always very generous, giving everybody not only materialistic things, but also your energy, your soul, and always bringing a smile to the room. One of the things I've always remembered about you was that right there, that big white toothy smile that is really infectious. And you lost all that for a little while.
100%.
Depression is real.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I never went through depression. I
never
lost
thought
my
you
father.
would. You've gone through a lot.
I lost my father at a young age. I've been through a lot, multiple times. My anger mostly was like not really depression. It was more anger of just losing. But like I really went in a state that I never thought. I had an anxiety attack before. I never had an anxiety attack ever in my life. Like I had a literally, and then I started drinking a little bit. Mental health, I'm not gonna lie, is a real thing. I started drinking a lot more. Not like every single day, like alcoholic, but like important. I drank more than.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because I didn't want to bring it up. But I'm your brother, bro. We talk a lot.
Yeah.
You confide in me, I confide in you. Off scene. What am I trying to say? Off the record.
Yeah.
And we do know a lot about each other, and I would never put your business out there, but I'm happy that you shared that, because when people look at Papee, they look at this strong, healthy, young person who got it all together, but we too, we can lose our shit sometimes.
100%. And
that happened.
And that definitely happened. And then I just had to I sat down one day, what's it called? And just was like, this is not me. You know what I mean? Like I don't drink like this. And it's not like I was drinking and like going to drive. I just drank a lot in my house. I come from doing something, I go home and I'll drink something and I'll go to bed like drunk. You know what I mean? It's responsible. But like
that was your way of just unwinding and relaxing for the day.
But it was just like so much. Like I was losing myself, and I was like, I used to get like a little irritable for like little stuff and things like that. I'm like, my goal is to be the best father I possibly can be for my kids.
Which is crazy, because when I was producing your show, I wasn't the easiest to deal with. I really wasn't the easiest to deal with. Listen, therapy is so good. It changes you in all the best ways. But when I was doing your show, I was tough to deal with. And you never cracked. You never broke. You never fed into my negative energy. You actually met me with positive energy to try to reverse my attitude for the day. So to hear that, you went through a time in your life where you were feeling negative.
3 months straight of just like negative. Like I couldn't catch a break. Life was just going downhill. And it's not even like I was doing it to myself. I was so like I was so hurt and like hated the world and like in so much pain that like I didn't know how to express myself, because all the things that I've been through in my life, expressing myself was through basketball. And that's when I just released all my anger. But now I didn't have like a exit, and I had to sit and just into my like thinking into my top thoughts and stuff like that. And like it was just eating me alive. And I just woke up and I was like, hey, this is not you, Papee. Get it together. Got back in the gym, started doing a little bit. You know
Which I must say, you're looking great, because
I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bigger belly.
I saw the belly, and I was like, I was like, you catching up? Well, we in competition now. You're catching up to me. But you're looking great. So I can tell that you're really taking care of yourself. I'm so happy to see it.
I'm like 5 months no alcohol right now, so that's good.
Congratulations.
I haven't took a sip of alcohol. I don't even drink anymore. I just leave it alone. But like if I have like a celebration, I might drink like a champagne or something. But I haven't even touched alcohol since though. So I'm doing way better in that aspect and working on my mental health. And now everything I do is try kind of like to make my brother proud, like even doing this, what's it called? Like the Worcester Majors bringing it back and trying to move it forward is more like, all right, he would be proud to see me doing this, to see me achieve something. So now I'm just dedicating the Worcester Majors to him. The first tryouts actually is on his birthday.
Word. That's what's up. And what's that date?
February 7th is the first tryout.
Excellent. February 7th. So bringing it back to the Worcester Majors, you basically dug yourself out of the pit that pulled yourself out of the pit you dug for yourself.
Yeah.
And by really understandable reasons why you got in there. I mean, you suffered the loss of your dad at a very young age. You've been through a lot at a very young age, but you were one of the community pillars, if you would, during the Black Lives Matter movement, and you witnessed a lot of ugly things against just people who just look like you, for no reason except the way they look, and it's crazy. And then the loss of your younger brother, which is just tragic all along.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's very understandable and reasonable that you had that setback. But what I respect and I admire the most is you didn't let it keep you back. You're back. You pulled yourself back, and you pulled yourself a team together. And the other thing I want to say is I know one of the ways we first met was you like, oh, Papee, right? That's my brother, and that's exactly how you introduced yourself to me, just like that. And I looked at you and I was like, are you sure? But no, you were like, that's my brother, and I was like, word. And then right off rip, me and you were pretty close. And not to again put your business out there as far as nepotism or anything,
Yeah.
but you relied on the people who really, I'm trying not to swear, really mess with you, right? They really got your back even at your lowest time.
Yep.
And I didn't need to be there to know that Sam had you. And now you pulled Sam in, and let's talk about why. What has Sam got? How come I'm not the CEO?
All right.
That's what I want to know.
I'm gonna let Sam do her attributes herself because honestly, I know why I personally brought Sam. So I'm gonna let her tell you guys her background, and then I'm gonna jump in and tell you guys exactly why I feel like she's the best candidate.
All right, so Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself. Why do you feel like you qualify? First of all, you look like, I don't know if this is appropriate, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You look like you're 14. I know you're not, but you definitely do. You don't look like a
try plus 10.
Age-wise, you don't look like a CEO. But what does a CEO look like, right?
Exactly.
What qualifies you to, or how do you feel qualified to be CEO of the Worcester Majors?
Well, I mean, first off, I met Papee back in high school.
Oh yeah.
And I helped him a lot.
No, she did all my work in advanced quantum reasoning and AQR. I tell this day I do not know what went on in that class.
But you passed.
I passed. Advanced quantum. Why was that even in class?
Yeah.
What the heck is advanced quantum reasoning, and why were they teaching it?
I still don't know.
I know. I still don't know.
But you got through it.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We got through it.
I had a B. I passed with a B. Thank you, Sam, for passing me with a B.
Got you. We sat in the corner.
Mm-hmm. And then, I'm not even gonna say anything, but I skipped that class a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd be calling him let's go.
Let's go to class. I'm like, all right, I'll go to class.
And what about the sports world? Because I mean, I know, like I said, I know you from Polo Park, and you seem very knowledgeable about sports. Tell me how that came in. In your life. Sports
has always been something that I love. Like whether it's watching, whether it's being involved. In high school, I played just about any sport that I could. I did track, basketball, softball.
Really? I always thought I was too short to play basketball, but clearly not. So I'm calling it you. I think that was just my good excuse to not have to play.
I forgot. I played basketball, softball, volleyball. I even helped out with the football team. And things like that. Even the basketball team, his basketball team, and that's how we got closer, obviously with the AQR. But
she took me to my first NBA basketball game with the Celtics.
Wow!
And nobody really knows it. I don't even think she knows that was my first basketball game.
That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm. And we were 4 rows up.
Yep.
From the court.
Really? Yeah. It was good. It was. And we got it was on camera.
Next time.
We were on TV.
Yeah, we got on TV. My first basketball game ever. I was on TV with her.
People were messaging us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We just seen you guys. Pretty cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, sports has always been in my life, like I said, whether it's watching or whether it's actually being involved. When the Mass Pirates first came, I did an internship with them, and I just fell in love with being firsthand involved in the sport.
Yeah. Especially arena sports, right?
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I mean, for me, I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm not really much of a sports guy. However, I love going to sports games, because just the energy that's there, whether it's at the TD Garden or remember, I'm not a sports guy. I don't know where these guys play, but even at the DCU Center, like you said, with that football
Pirates.
The Pirates. Like that football team you're a part of. It's fun. You don't have to know anything to have a good time. So
right.
I can imagine actually knowing what you're talking about, what you're doing, what the sport is about. It's so much more fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. But after the Mass Pirates, I heard about the Worcester Red Sox coming, and I jumped on that the second I found out that applications were out, and I was one of the first hires for the food and beverage with Alexandra Lilly. She was the one that hired me, and I was one of her first hires over there. I worked there for 3 years, and then I went over to TD Garden, where I worked in the Legends Club, which is like a VIP season ticket holder restaurant where they can come in before the game, after the game, during in between quarters, things like that. I worked there for a year, and now I'm over at Fenway Park as a concession supervisor.
Yeah.
Bro, you just like keep getting these, what is it called? Promotions?
Yeah.
Like you start at the Worcester Red Sox or the Bull Park.
Yep.
The Blue Sox, thank you. It didn't feel right. The TD Garden to now Fenway.
Yeah.
Like, talk about making your way up the rung.
Don't forget CEO of the Worcester Majors.
And well, we were getting there. And now bringing it back home to, I mean, you started in food and concessions. Like, just think about that. And I want to take a second. We're going to talk about the majors more in just a second. But also, the show is really about inspiring the community. Yep. Don't be afraid of hard work. Don't be afraid of entering in an entry-level position. I've seen so many people for the first time ever getting into politics, running for mayor instead of starting with the city council and working their way up, to, people just literally coming in off the street to different companies thinking that they can go right to management. It does work sometimes like that if you get lucky, but as an owner of an organization and even as a CEO of an organization, wouldn't you prefer someone who works their way up and knows every aspect of the company or organization?
That's exactly why she is in the position she's in. And it's not because me and her are long-term friends. It's her attribute. She worked hard forever. She always talked about owning a sports team. We had these conversations multiple times. I didn't even have I think I was ever going to own a sports team. It was not in my books. Or like, I never thought I would be owning the Worcester Majors or any team.
I mean, when we were working together, you never ever talked about owning.
Yeah, that was
we
not.
We would talk about what you're going to do all the time. Because remember when I first met you, you were still 19, 20.
Yeah, I was like.
So we were talking about future aspirations with you, and I never heard anything like that. I've heard a lot of things from you, but never a sports team.
Never a sports team. It was not in my cards. But again, God does things in mysterious ways, and there's a reason that I'm owning this team, and I need to just pursue it. Right. But honestly. The real reason that Tim's in a position, I believe, is because, like, again, we just had this conversation. I would ask Tim to do this for the majors, and in 5 minutes it's done. She sent it. All right, Papee doll.
When did you officially start?
October.
Yeah. Because I will say, and John could probably back me up on this because he's online all the time. Out of nowhere, it's like an explosion of social media activity on the Worcester Majors. Which is really important because you want to get people familiarized and be like, hey, this is our thing, and we got to go and support this. And I just want to say to your credit, even my social media is not like I'm saying if you're looking for another gig, I'm more than happy to borrow you from Papee. But no, you do that while I'm sitting. Listen, John's not happy about what I just said, and I don't blame him. I love him, but that man does so much work. Yeah. And I'm just trying to help relieve a little bit of pressure off of his back from us, especially shout out to Hollywood Film Group, which is exploding in its own right. And we got the Dead of Winter Horror Festival coming up February 25th? Second? I don't know.
22nd and
23rd. Dead of Winter.
I got you.
He's gonna fire me from my keep digging myself a little bit deeper.
Nah, John, he loves you. Don't worry. He talks about you all the time.
It's not about how I talk about you when I'm in the room. When you're in the room. When you're not in the room. That's right. Anyway, back to the Worcester Majors. So last year, you went through some things, and not only that, I would say it was hard to get some of the things you needed to buckle down in the amount of time that you thought you had last year, particularly with life happening at the same time. But it sounds to me like you got some things buckled down.
Oh yeah.
Talk to me about that and what we can expect within the next couple months with the Worcester Majors.
Alrighty, so our new home gym is the WPI.
Oh.
I know people's been asking where we're gonna play, what we're gonna do. We're gonna be at the WPI arena.
So you have a home, an official, sturdy, steady. We don't have to worry about
smooth stealing. You don't gotta go to the YMCA. You don't gotta go to.
You remember the old Worcester Majors, right?
Yeah.
It was like you had to check in each week to find out
where the gym
exactly.
Right? We're gonna be consistently home games are gonna be at WPI officially stamped. Another thing that we're kind of excited about, like even the players, they're gonna get paid for their likeness. They get NIL deals now. So like, say if a local store or a local company wants to sponsor one player particularly, you could sponsor that player through the Worcester Majors. You don't gotta sponsor the whole organization. So that's gonna be beneficial for the players. Another thing,
the community,
exactly,
because it's not cheap, right?
Yep.
Sponsorships are never cheap. I mean, we know we deal with sponsors here, and the organizations have a lot of needs that unfortunately there's a financial component to.
Yep.
And to have those options of either sponsoring a player, which is obviously a lot cheaper than sponsoring the whole team.
Exactly.
I think it's great.
But so we got what's it called? That's just a different avenue to accumulate revenue for the players themselves, so they can be able to stay focused. Because if you're getting more money, you're gonna want to work harder for you to like win games for your community. And if you know me, you know it has to be community based. So my players have in each contract, you're gonna have a certain amount of community service hours, not even community service, giving back to giving back to the community as much as you can. So it's either going to the YMCA to play one-on-one with kids over there, or even going to community to like do something, pass out gifts or whatever we're gonna do for that aspect. But it's mandatory. At least I believe we said 10 hours a week of each player has to give that back in their contract.
That's
for them
so
to be
dope. And starting with an individual give back to the community. Sets up a great karma of the community giving back to you. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Right now, I just want to show a little bit of love. And our first time in 2025, showing a whole lot of love to our amazing sponsors. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and everything we do out here in the community. John, go ahead, take it away, my man. Welcome back, everybody, to Manny J Media Interviews. By the way, did I say that you guys want my show interviews? I don't think I did in the beginning, but it is Interviews, and welcome back. Listen, just because the year has changed don't mean I have. We're still going to have a lot of fun and hiccups on this show. But we are here with the Worcester Majors, specifically the owner of the Worcester Majors, Mr. Paye, and the CEO of the Worcester Majors. Oh, my God.
Sam Pike.
Thank you, Sam Pike. I had it in the beginning.
I know you did. In the beginning.
It's
all right. I'm Sam.
You're Sam. And you know what I love about, even though you are the CEO, and even when I first met you, you're so humble and so understanding and generous, like with your energy, and like you're dope. You're really dope. I appreciate you. So before we went on break, we were talking about how your players have in their contract, they have to give back to the community through community service. However that's going to go, we'll figure that out as time goes. But I love the idea of the players going to the YMCA and playing with our children there. Yep. That's pretty dope.
And we're going to try to do a lot of free clinics this year also coming up. We're trying to figure out something with different organizations. I'm not going to name them until everything's official. But we're trying to give back as much as we can, per se. And even we're going to do our first, I believe we said our first home game or like a preseason game for us to give every school, every single school in Worcester, Massachusetts, middle school, high school, all the schools free tickets to that game for them to be able to see the players, for us to be able to interact. And it's just going to be a lot of family fun stuff that we're going to do and plan. And maybe we'll do a little bit of karaoke and stuff. But yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be a lot of entertainment. So
that'll be dope.
That's going to be coming.
You know what else I think it'll be dope? Just because I always come up with great ideas and I must share them. Remember Book It? Remember when we were a kid? Book It? Oh, maybe not because you're kind of...
No, I remember.
Well, you guys are both young. Anyway, so you would read a certain amount of books. I keep forgetting you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm
So,
not that.
so if they read a certain amount of books, they get a free ticket to a game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a thought. I'm glad I could share. You should put me on your assistant CEO. What do you think?
We already got one, but
What?
yeah, we already
All
got
right, can I be the
assistant
assistant CEO? Just messing around. I'm sure you'll figure out a place for me.
Shout out to Joel, by the way. He's our assistant CEO.
Yes.
Shout out to
Joel.
Joel, you know, Made in America, the clothing brand. Yeah, a lot of things are under the. We have a whole big staff.
Stop it.
Yeah, our staff is pretty. Jessica Horton as well.
First
shout
of
out
all,
to Jessica.
hold on, I'm not done with Joel. I love Joel and Made in America. Please go support that brand. We actually have something in the works. It's a little old, and we're figuring it out. But yeah, he's amazing. And a good guy to have on your side. 100%. Is he gonna be this?
I can't talk about everything.
Don't say nothing. I already know.
These are the only things I can talk about that we're talking about.
He's not here to talk about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the back end that we're getting buttoned up. Our staff is. I feel like I have the best staff. And that could be on the team per se. We're obviously looking for more people on the staff as well.
But before we get there, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Before we get there, because I don't want to get too far off track, because I tend to steer the train that way, and I'm sorry about that. I want to bring it back to the players. Yeah, wheels on the bus. Anyway, I want to bring it back to the players for a second because we need players.
Yep.
Right. So Sam, can you tell me what is the process for you guys recruiting players?
So we have 3 different tryout dates right now that are going to be at Game On in Pittsburgh.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yep. So the first one is going to be February 7th, and the second one is April 11th, and then June 6th.
Okay. June 6th is the official last one, but if the one for June 6th, you have to be what's it called, requested back. Mm-hmm. Like the last.
Okay, so June 6th is like your callback.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So those 2 tryouts is the tryouts that you can attend, but the last one is like if you get invited back, that means you officially made the team.
I'm not trying to be a thorn in your side, and maybe we could do it over there at Compton, but you got to have one here.
And Worcester? A tryout? The home gym's here.
I mean, I guess if you really want to be on the Worcester Majors, you'll do what you got to do to get on there. All I'm saying is Pittsburgh may be a little too far for some people and might not have transportation. Just think about it. See, assistant CEO thing. Me and you, we're going to work great together.
Yeah, if we get a good deal on the gym, yeah.
I just said Compton Park.
We can't do an open gym like that.
Why not?
Honestly.
You just show up, do what you do.
And just keep it going.
And then when they tell you to leave, you leave.
I'll talk to my front office about that.
I know this is an official organization. Probably following the law might help.
Yeah,
I understand.
I don't know the logistics behind that. I know you got to go to like to do an event at Crompton. You got to go to Christian King or something like that.
This isn't an event though. This is just a bunch of guys getting together to play basketball.
And that's just pickup basketball.
And, no, it's not. It's me and my CEO are going to be standing on the sideline.
You guys can do something unofficial for the Worcester Majors, and I will appreciate it.
No. Let me stop. But anyway, 2 actual tryouts at Game On in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Like I remember that.
Good job.
And then you have the June date, which is the callback date.
Yep. If you made it
to pick your final.
Yep.
Players for the team, and then so yeah, if you want to be a Worcester major, how can they get in touch with you, or do they just show up to Game On?
No, if you show up to Game On, what's it called? You honestly can just show up to Game On, but if I was you, there's obviously a fee for you to try out. I would go to the Worcester Majors website, which is worcesterbasketballmajors.com, and you'll see all the information for tryouts all on there. I recommend you to pre-register for that for sure, because it'll save you a couple bucks for 100%. And yeah, just bring your talent, lace your boots up. All those guys talking about, I could have went to the NBA if I did not do this. I wish if I did that, if I was better here. Come show us at the end of the day. Put your boots on and come show us. John said he's coming. And if you can beat John, you better be there.
He's the white man can't jump right there. You better be careful with John. That's what I'm saying.
I believe it when I see it.
You're the Woody Harrelson.
I believe it when I see it. But yeah.
It is Woody Harrelson, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure I got the right guy. They all look alike.
Well, what about our...
I was not part of that one. He said that by himself.
I say everything by myself. I take full accountability about the mess I do on this set.
But yes.
Well, what about our special guest on February 7th?
Yes. What about your special guest?
All right. So the special guest, you guys should probably what's it called? Like, come definitely check him out. Why am I blanking on his name right now for some reason?
Because it's me. I'm rubbing off on you.
Yeah, I think so.
I blank on names all the time.
Marcus.
Dimwood, I believe. Yeah. He played for the Lakers. He actually got drafted second round. He also played in the Philippines. He won multiple championships with the Philippines. He won championships over different overseas teams as well. He's 6'11", played at Providence.
What?
Yeah.
Just call him 7 feet, please.
Yeah, he's
the hell
6'11". 6'10", 6'11", he's 7 foot. He's
I want to come just to meet a 7-foot man.
I'm not looking forward to it. You know
I
how
know.
like
You're gonna go up to his kneecap.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Nah, he's really amazing.
he's gonna be like, hello.
Hello down there. How's the weather?
He's really amazing. He actually coached me when I played up in Rhode Island for a little bit. He was the assistant coach. Me and him really bonded together.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to build a connection with him because, again, stuff that I can't talk about behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But hopefully he's a big part of the Worcester Major soon.
Anyway,
we're not going to talk about it. It's behind the scenes.
I want to speak so much. I hate being here, and I got
but you know things
tongue.
that everybody else don't know. So we keep it behind the scenes until it's official.
And if that just goes to show you guys, as much as a big mouth as I do have, I can be trusted to keep it shut when needed.
Yeah, there's a lot of good big surprises coming about for sure. You guys should definitely come and check them out too if you would like. I know people had questions if they could come just sit at the tryouts, and yes, you could definitely come watch the tryouts, and we'll prefer you playing for sure because we definitely want the players to come on down. We got players coming from everywhere. I got a couple guys coming from Florida. We got guys coming from New York. One of my buddies who I played in college with is actually coming from Pennsylvania to try out. There's a lot of guys that are coming to try out, but I don't want to discourage you guys. Just put your shoes on, tie them up, and just come hoop. And our goal is to make sure everybody's entertained this season. So, like, don't just think of basketball. Think about entertainment. Come and bring your family to have a good time. You know, halftime shows are going to be amazing. The food is going to be great because we're going to have local vendors for food and stuff like that. But like I said, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that needs to get official. But we have big plans this year.
But the point of all this today is just to say the Worcester Majors are back.
We're back.
And they're back in full effect. Mm-hmm. And you got Sam,
top tier
doing all the stuff to make sure that we're ready. When does the season start in the fall?
The season starts regular basketball season. I believe I'm aiming for the first game to be November 9th because I was looking at couple potential dates. Our first home game I want to send for it to be November 9th. No particular reason why. Right. So don't ask me. But like I just like that day. It's a nice day. Yeah, it's a nice Sunday.
It's a nice ring to it.
Yeah, nice Sunday after church or after whatever you was doing. Just come down to WPI and just watch a game and just be entertained.
Absolutely. And honestly, I feel like that's the one thing that's missing in the city is basketball. Yeah. I feel like Worcester has a big love for basketball. Mm-hmm. Every time I'm driving, there's somebody walking with a ball on their arm.
Yep.
Or there's these courts, all these open courts. I live off of. All right, maybe I shouldn't say all that. But where I live, there's a pretty popular outdoor basketball court that's always full. And baseball's nice, right? Fuller Park's not too bad. I mean, it's
beautiful.
But
it's a nice arena.
There's a lot of money going on. Yeah. But that's all.
If I had that money,
right? If you have Fuller Park money.
If I have Fuller Park money, we'll have
maybe we can do
facility. But that's later on. That's a 5-year goal.
Can we bring hoops and put them on the field? No, it doesn't work that way.
No. On the field? No. Actually, you probably can if they put
we lay down a court at Fuller Park. Listen, there's a lot of.
They've probably done it.
Yeah, hey,
I mean, they put a boxing ring in there.
Hey,
reach out to us.
Fenway Park has had the football field.
Okay.
Has had a hockey rink. So I
we
mean,
can do it. But no shade to WPI. We're very grateful to WPI, and that's where we're going to be having our home games.
Yes.
Which is very exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's really important that we support each other. Papee is a Worcester man through and through. I mean, I know you weren't born here, but whatever. You were raised here. You're Worcester.
Not even Africa Coast.
But you're Worcester, right? Like, this is your home.
Yes.
Sam, Worcester through and through.
Born and raised.
And we need to support each other. If you can put all that money down into Fuller Park.
Hey, send a little bit here. We need donations. We need every sponsors. we're reaching out to sponsors. That's Jessica's job. Shout out to Jessica Horton. She's in charge of the sponsorship packages and stuff like that. She
She's a
actually does a
killer, too.
really good job. She's
Where can
amazing.
people find out about sponsorships?
Sponsorships, you could honestly reach out to Jay Horton at WorcesterBasketballMajors.com. Just reach out to her if you are a potential sponsor. She'll send over the packages, and also it's on our webpage as well. So you can just go to WorcesterBasketballMajors.com, and you'll see everything there.
What's the lowest one?
The lowest sponsorship package. That's Jessica's job. I'm not gonna lie. I just do the front office paperwork stuff, and she sends it to me. I approve it, and I send it out. I do all the meetings, and I do all that. She is the steering wheel through whatever she wants to do, but she brings it over to me, and then I overview it. And if it looks good, it looks good. It usually looks great, not even good. So
it's kind of how Manny J Media works.
Yeah.
Every time somebody asks me what my sponsorship packages are, I ask John.
Yeah, you gotta.
I don't know, and I don't want
I
to.
just work here. Realistically, I just work here.
I'm just a talent.
Yeah, I work for the majors as much as everybody. I'm just a worker. You know, I don't even get you can ask them. I'd be like, I'm not the owner. We all own this.
Well, truthfully,
how can we make this?
We bring them in because we trust them to handle the things that we're not great at.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest with you. So for us to try to, overstep someone who actually knows what they're doing just because we think we know what we're doing, probably isn't the smartest business decision.
Nope. What I learned is you lead by example. So I'm leading, as in all the things that I'm stronger. My strong suits are. I'm focused on that. And they focus on everything they're strong at, and we just uplift each other and pretty much bring the Worcester Majors back to life like we're doing right now. But like like I say it all the time. I'm like, hey, how are we gonna make that man money? Not me. Yeah. How are we gonna make Worcester Majors money? How are we gonna get him happy? How are we gonna build him up for
make it sustainable?
Yeah,
because we want Worcester basketball for years
and years and years. Yes, and that's our goal, to make sure that Worcester Majors himself, for him to be happy and make sure he's running and operating. So we all work for the Worcester Majors. Just because my name's on the LLC doesn't mean anything. Right. I work for the Worcester Majors.
Well, I mean, it means a lot in that, your heart is in it to make sure that it succeeds. Otherwise, you wouldn't have put your name on the LLC.
Yes, my mentor, Peter Nodi. He owns ATS, Autism Therapeutic Services. Kevin.
Can you say that again?
Autism Therapeutic Services. He owns that, but yeah, he just talks to me about more of like being like dissecting me through the business world and like telling me different loopholes and how I could like capitalize on being a better person more than being a better like business owner. So I learned a lot from him.
All right, excellent. And believe it or not, we are already all out of time, right, John? Did I catch that right? Did we got a couple more minutes?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 more.
Hey, that's plenty
Beautiful.
for me. So because we're almost out of time, I really want to make sure that you guys get a chance to tell the community exactly how we can help you, how we can take ownership of this beautiful gift that you're bringing back to the city.
One, for me, show up. Just come show up to the games. Your presence is going to bring a different dynamic to the Worcester Majors. The tickets are going to be extremely affordable. That's our goal, to make sure that the community is able to come to the games and stuff like that.
And the more of us that show up, the more affordable you can make it.
Exactly.
And what's your message?
I mean, going off based off what Papee said, and the community is huge for us. That's something that we're really focusing on, but it's also having fun as well. Mm-hmm. So like we've mentioned before, show up to games, show up to our events, just be involved. Yeah. The same as we are.
Even if you got to share a post, you can share a post. It's not expensive to share a post because it's free. Right. Spread the word, tell people about it, make Worcester Majors brand aware. Like, make it, that's our first wave right now. We want everybody to be talking about the Worcester Majors in every household, so everybody knows, at least acknowledges that it's a brand, and we're here. We're coming to pretty much just get it done.
And to be real, like, a lot of our young boys who play basketball, they do have that dream of getting to the NBA, but not every single. I mean, there's millions of people on the planet, right? Yeah. Not every person who likes basketball can make it to the NBA, regardless of skill or talent. Mm-hmm. But the ABA is also
the largest league in the world. Honestly, the ABA was around longer than the NBA. Julius Erving and other big guys were a part of the ABA before they went to the NBA. And yeah, we're the largest league in the world till this day. They just created a WABA recently, so shout out to WABA as well. Shout out to Joe Newman, I believe that's his name, the owner of the ABA. Great guy. Yeah, he's just making everything possible for us to be able to pretty much expand the ABA. There's a lot of new things coming in the ABA as well to make it better and make the broadcasting and everything like more professional and what's it called? Pretty much just getting to the point and getting things done. I'm just leaving it like that.
I know it makes us so nervous.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta.
So you guys don't know, but I'm sure you saw Poppy's face change, and that's just because of production notes behind the scenes. But we're good. You're good. So, and I would love for you to have the last word. Let's run up, right?
Yeah.
Me and you always have the last word. Let's give it to Sam. So you did say one of the biggest needs that the Worcester Majors has from the community is just awareness.
Yes.
Sharing. It's free.
Liking our posts, sharing it, talking about it.
Right. Making the Worcester Majors a real presence. Yep. And that's great for the general community, especially those of us that are, a little bit strapped for cash. It's a great way to help and to have the Worcester Majors become a real staple to the community. But as CEO, you are in charge of making sure this business is businessing. Mm-hmm. So if there are people out there watching that, maybe might have a little bit of extra fundage to go towards a community organization or programming, what are some of the needs that Worcester Majors has?
I mean, really what me and Papee are looking for is to obviously give back to the kids. The kids in our community is huge. We want all the kids, like Papee said, we want to give tickets to all the schools for our first game, and just giving back to the kids, giving back to our community in general,
and having the camps.
The youth. Yeah.
They call them, like, we're doing the camps. Those cost money too. You need to be able to have a place to hold it at. You
be able to give them shirts and little things like that.
What she trying to say is mainly like we need sponsorships. Yep. You know what I mean? And what we're doing here at the Worcester Majors, also we're giving youth jobs as well. So we'll be giving like the sport books like we used to do when we had a contract with Zero Gravity and and all types of stuff like that. So we want to be able to give back as much as we can, give youth jobs, because definitely everybody needs money. Right. So most of our staff for the production of the team is going to be youth. It's going to be youth based is our goal. So right. We're gonna, if it's either on the scoreboards or even ball boys holding the basketballs or making sure the lights work or whatever, it's just to give them another like leeway and passage for them to stay out of trouble. So we're going to be youth based as much as we can be for the positions we can put them in realistically. But yeah, that's our goal.
I love that. And again, the first tryout is on what date?
February 7th.
And in honor of your brother,
Bob,
shout out to my man Bob. Rest in peace, brother. You were such a great man, and I'm so glad that I had a chance to get to know you. And on that note, I really want to give you the last word. So let everybody know where they can find you, where they can support you, and where they might be able to help everything.
WorcesterBasketballMajors.com is our website, and obviously you can visit us on Facebook, on Instagram, and honestly, if you see us out in the community, feel free to say hi, feel free to ask us questions. I mean, like I said, we love our community, so we're here for you guys.
Excellent. I'm so proud, so happy that I'm proud of you both. I'm so happy that you guys came and shared this with me. This was a great episode. I couldn't have asked for a better time with you guys. Thank you. I want you back. Let's aim for the summer once we got the team together. How about that? And we'll give everybody a quick update and ticket prices and all that good stuff.
Beautiful.
But until then, thank you guys so much for joining us. It's your boy Manny and
Papee Paye.
Sam Pike.
And this is Manny J Media Interviews Community Connect. Oh my God. Community delivered.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.